On this edition of City Focus, the Valdosta Fire Department informs us about the importance of having a smoke alarm. The Neighborhood Development Division gives us an update on the Land Bank Authority. Public Works discusses the benefits of bagging yard debris. These stories and more on this edition of City Focus. Welcome to City Focus. I'm Marcus McConico, the media coordinator for the City of Valdosta. This is the 17th episode of City Focus in 2018. City Focus is your source for what's happening within your government. These are the most important topics that are happening in the city. The City of Valdosta is asking citizens to containerize their yard debris. Changes to what is allowed in the landfill will let yard debris go in and will save city workers precious time and energy.
Could you put the debris in bags? That'd be a whole lot quicker and easier for us to pick it up than set it aside the road. It'll keep your neighborhood clean, a whole lot cleaner. Keep stuff from blowing in other people's yard and not in the main road.
The Public Works Department's first responsibility is to keep Valdosta clean, and they are asking citizens to give a helping hand.
It'll be a lot better. The ground will be more cleaner. It'll be a whole lot better if they bag it, because we can pull up, get it, and just keep moving.
For more information, contact Public Works at 229-259-3585. At the August 9th City Council meeting, Council appointed 3 individuals to serve on a board, authority, commission, or advisory committee. Tyler Tucker and Jacob Ekewald were appointed to the Valdosta Tree Commission. David Bonner was appointed to the Valdosta Housing Board of Adjustments and Appeals. Citizens are able to apply for open board positions quarterly. These positions are a way for residents to voluntarily serve the community without having to be an elected official. If you're interested, visit valdostacity.com, click on Boards, Commissions, Authorities, and Advisory Committees from the Government tab. The Valdosta Fire Department wants everyone to be reminded of the importance of having a working smoke alarm in their home.
It's very important that you have working smoke alarms in your house because they double your chances of getting out in the event of a house fire. So you just want to make sure that you're testing those smoke alarms at least once a month. If you can do more, but at least at a minimum once a month. A lot of people don't realize that smoke alarms do go bad after about 10 years. They're only good for about 10 years. After 10 years, you need to replace the entire unit itself.
Smoke alarms can be purchased for as little as $5 online. But there are other options for those on a fixed income.
There's really no reason for anyone in the City of Valdosta to not have smoke alarms in their home. We have a smoke alarm program here at the Valdosta Fire Department where I myself personally come out and assess your home and decide how many smoke alarms you may need, and I install the smoke alarms in your sleeping areas. That's where you really want to hear that noise to wake you up, to alert you that there is smoke somewhere in your house.
When you install your smoke alarm, just remember, you need to hear the beep where you sleep.
A lot of people are not aware that we do offer this program where all you got to do is just call the Valdosta Fire Department. The number is 229-333-1835. If you live in the City of Valdosta, I'll come out and take care of you.
The City of Valdosta is receiving a grant to complete a beautification project on the ramps of 2 exits of I-75 in town.
Exit 18 will see some new signage. It says, "Welcome to Valdosta." Very similar to, say, the City of Cordell when you go up I-75 north. You'll see that. So we've been warning that for a long time. This is why this is so exciting. We'll also beautify Exit 18 as well.
Exit 18 won't be the only exit seeing this positive change.
And Exit 16 will be a little different in the fact there will not be any signage there as of yet. We're hoping for a grant in the future to to sponsor that type of a project, but there will be beautification, there'll be a wildflower project, there will be removal of all the vegetation that's there now on the ramp that proves unsightly, and it'll just be more welcoming to our community.
Barbara believes that these projects will make the city look better, but also encourage more travelers to stop in Valdosta.
When you've got those ramps that look a little more welcoming, they want to pull off that ramp and stay the night, have a meal. So economic development impact is going to be great for when we get these 2 new ramps completed.
For more information, contact Public Information at 229-259-3548. Valdosta Fire Chief Freddie Broom was recently appointed to the position of Georgia State Director to represent Georgia with the Southeastern Association of Fire Chiefs. The Southeastern Division consists of Alabama, Florida, Georgia, Kentucky, Mississippi, North Carolina, Puerto Rico, South Carolina, Tennessee, U.S. Virgin Islands, Virginia, and West Virginia. As Georgia Director, Broom will act as an ambassador for the state and will represent the interests of Georgia Fire Chiefs Associations. Some of the responsibilities include keeping the state of Georgia informed on the activities of the association and reporting state issues back to the association. He will also serve on the Education and Strategic Planning and Initiative Committees. Metro 17 congratulates Chief Broom on this prestigious honor. The City of Valdosta and Lowndes County are working together to make the Valdosta-Lowndes County Land Bank Authority stronger.
We have to have a contract between Lowndes County and the City of Valdosta to operate that authority. And every so often we have to update that contract whenever we want to make any changes to our bylaws or how the land bank is ran. We have to update that. And in order to do that, we have to do an amendment to the initial contract that set up the land bank. So that was something that we had to do to accept the new 2012 legislation that the state of Georgia put out for the new any land bank in the state of Georgia.
The changes will allow the land bank to do their job of putting pieces of land back on the tax roll easier.
Number of land bank members in our land bank. Initially, we only had 4 members, which made it really difficult to meet when some members couldn't attend because we wouldn't have a quorum to conduct business. So what we've done is we've added a new member for the city and a new member for the county and a new member at large. And that was done within the last 2 years or so. But it also allows us to put them on a staggered appointment and for the land bank, so that what makes it easier is that we have some consistency with the membership, so that at any time if someone decides to leave or is no longer able to serve on the land bank, we still have people who know what's been going on, so it continues to allow us to do business as the land bank effectively.
It will also allow the land bank to be self-sufficient by giving a portion of the tax collected back to the authority.
And for us, our tax commissioner agreed to do 50%. So for us, if we get a property back on the tax roll, instead of asking the city or the county for money to help sustain the land bank, we're able to take that tax money and to use that to continue to work as the land bank.
For more information, contact Neighborhood Development. Welcome back to City Focus. Utilities Director Daryl Muse is here to talk to us about the importance of the FOG program. Welcome to the show, Daryl.
Thank you.
All right. The Utilities Department is ramping up its FOG program. First of all, what is FOG? What's the program, and why is it so important to focus on it?
Okay, well, first of all, FOG, F-O-G, is for fats, oils, and grease. And it's a program that allows us to help do a better job of maintaining the city's sewer infrastructure. Often, when we have spills or when we have things that back up in the system, it's a result of excess fog in the system.
Okay. Now, I've been out with members of your department, and they've shown me pictures. They've opened manhole covers and shown me what's in. What do we need to do to kind of try to fix the mentality of our citizens and our commercial base, out of sight, out of mind, as opposed to, pouring things and stuff down the drain?
Yeah, first of all, we need to understand the effect of the grease that gets into our system. There's really no enzyme that we use in our sewer treatment process that will eliminate that grease. Even if it doesn't coagulate inside of the sewer mains, it makes its way to the wastewater treatment plants, and there it forms, and the enzymes and the bacteria that we have, they are not effective at eliminating the grease out of the system. So what we try and do is to eliminate the grease from getting in there at the source. Okay. And that means people not putting food products down the drain, using your garbage disposal as little as possible, and just being cognizant of the effect of putting grease down the drains.
Okay. Now, often, residents think they can put anything down the drain. Or anything, specific that, we may see or that people think is okay to dispose of, and what's the best way to dispose of those items if it's not down the drain?
Well, food products, we would like to see that go inside of your household garbage. So if you can take a paper towel and wipe those plates clean, or if you can scrape them into a different container. Now, at the utility department, we have some containers that we will give out for people to store their liquefied greases into rather than pouring them down the drain. Often people think that if I run hot water behind the grease that I've just poured down the drain, that it will allow it to flow, but it quickly cools, and typically before it exits your house or your sewer main, it's already started to coagulate. It's going to form a blockage.
Okay. And I know we should avoid, when we talked about food, we should avoid putting that down the drain. Any other recommendations? You talked briefly about the garbage disposal. What's the deal with the garbage disposal? Should we use it or not? I mean, we all have it. We think it's okay to put it in garbage disposal and turn it on. We think it's fine.
And it goes away. Yeah, we would prefer you not to use your garbage disposal. That's not practical. Folks are going to use your garbage disposal. What we would prefer folks to do is get a screen that you can purchase at Walmart or any of the local grocery stores or any of the budget stores that are here in town, and put that in front of your drain. That allows a way to capture some of those solids before they get down into your garbage disposal. You'll find that you're using your garbage disposal less. You'll find that you have less odors coming out of your garbage disposal. And you'll find that after you do it for a bit, you'll just become accustomed to doing it, and it's going to help everyone out in the city.
Okay. Now, residents have to do their part, but what are the responsibilities of our commercial businesses in the city?
Well, we have a division that focuses on the commercial end of it, and you'll often see at some of the major restaurants, you will see manhole covers that appear to be normal sewer manhole covers, but what they are is grease traps that can isolate the regular sewer flow from the greases, and it allows the greases to collect inside of this grease trap. And once a month, these vendors are required to have a pumper truck come and remove those grease products out of the tanks before they get introduced into the sewer system. Now also, some of the smaller establishments will have an under-the-counter grease trap, and all of the fats and the oils and the greases that come from almost any food item, any food product is going to have some type of grease and form grease. So those are underneath the counters at some of the smaller establishments, and those are required to be cleaned on a weekly basis by the proprietor. Now, it works very well for us because once they start cleaning those things out, they really start to experience what grease does and how it coagulates after it started to cool, and it's not a pleasant experience typically. So they start to monitor what they're putting down the drain as well.
Gotcha. Well, do you have any last comments for our residents and businesses about what they can do, about the FOG program, or what they can do to, help the city alleviate some of these issues? Yeah,
like we said earlier, 90% of the stoppages that we get are grease related. On average, any stoppage throughout the city costs about $600 to alleviate, and that's the homeowners are spending that, the city utilities are spending that money, and it causes sewer spills that none of us really want that can potentially affect our environment. So we want people to be cognizant, really, before you put anything down the drain. Just think, take that moment to think. If there is a container, I recall, my grandparents, when they would fry food, they would have a little container to the side that they would pour the oil into because they didn't want to get it into their septic tank at the time. That would cause problems, so they would have to have them pumped prematurely. It's the same thing with our systems. When we introduce grease into the system, we have to perform premature maintenance on the system. It costs everyone, and just that one moment before you rake that plate into your garbage disposal and hit the button, if you could rake that into a plastic bag or into your garbage, or pour that oil into some type of container, it will benefit the city and benefit you as well.
All right. Well, Daryl, I want to thank you for coming in, teaching us about the FOG program, and we hope our citizens, listen to what we've told them and avoid putting things down the drain that doesn't belong there, that's not water, and we'll be back right here on City Focus. The Valdosta Police Department will hold open testing on September 8th at the City Hall Annex at 8:30 a.m.
Usually we have pretty good participation on the testing. We have I've got a stack of applications almost 6 inches high, people that are putting in, showing interest in the department. As far as the testing dates, we generally only do them quarterly, but I think it's one of the things we'll just kind of have to play it by ear.
The department normally holds the testing quarterly, but VPD is trying to have a larger police academy class in January.
So we had a great group of people that came out and tested on August 18th, but in order to increase the size of the class as high as we can get, we're going to hold another testing date on September the 8th over at the City Hall Annex.
The department is looking for the best of the best to join.
Again, the desire is, of course, to get the best and brightest and most qualified people we can to get out and work the streets and serve the citizens. With a department our size, there's always somebody coming, going, retiring. That seems to be just a normal day-to-day operation. But so that the number today on August 22nd may not be the same number it will be in October or November. It's just things you can't predict. But I know we've got at least 2 pending retirements, including the chiefs, and there's other things that come into play. But again, we're just trying to get the maximum number of options we have.
For more information, contact the Valdosta Police Department. Members of law enforcement and humane societies from all over South Georgia received much-needed training in animal cruelty.
We recently formed a department and a unit within the Atlanta Humane Society, and part of what we do is we offer free training that is post-certified to law enforcement officers, animal control officers, prosecutors, judges, and veterinarians.
This is an opportunity for agencies to learn the best way to handle these cases.
Law enforcement officers and animal control officers do not get a lot of hands-on practical training when it comes to investigating these types of cases. And so we do our very best to kind of give them up-to-date training on Georgia laws, on Georgia-specific laws that they need to know to effectively investigate these cases.
Being able to effectively investigate these types of cases will lead to solving other crimes.
One of the reasons that this is so important for animal control officers and law enforcement officers to get this type of training is we know how significant animal abuse cases are linked to other cases. And by that I mean domestic violence, child abuse, elder abuse, and a host of other more violent crimes, including dogfighting.
For more information, contact the Valdosta Police Department. The City of Valdosta in Lowndes County would like to invite everyone to its 9/11 ceremony that will be held on the historic Lowndes County Courthouse lawn at 10 a.m. on September 11th. Representatives from both governments will speak and honor our first responders on this special day. Come out and help us recognize our first responders and the wonderful job that they do every day. Now let's take a look at what's taking place in the city in the coming weeks. August 27th, Greater Lowndes Planning Commission meeting, 5:30 at 325 West Savannah Avenue. August 28th, Valdosta Lowndes County Conference Center and Tourism Authority meeting, 8 a.m. at the Conference Center. September 3rd, Labor Day holiday, City of Valdosta offices will be closed. September 4th, Zoning Board of Appeals meeting, 2:30 in the City Hall Annex Multipurpose Room. September 4th, MPO Citizens Advisory Committee meeting, 3 p.m. at 327 West Savannah Avenue. September 4th, Valdosta City Council work session, 5:30 in Council Chambers. September 6th, Valdosta City Council meeting, 5:30 in Council Chambers. September 7th, First Friday in downtown Valdosta. September 10th, Valdosta Tree Commission meeting, 5:15 in the City Hall Annex Engineering Conference Room. September 10th, Valdosta Historic Preservation Commission meeting, 5:30 in the City Hall Annex Multipurpose Room. To stay informed of what's happening in the city, sign up for the weekly e-news blast at valdostacity.com/public-information on educating citizens on its FOG program. The city is trying to reduce fats, oils, and greases that go down the sewer system. Citizens can help by not putting these things down the drain. This concludes another edition of City Focus. Be sure to visit our website, valdostacity.com. Like us on Facebook, Valdosta City Without Limits. Also like our Valdosta Youth Council page. Follow us on Twitter at City of Valdosta, and subscribe to our YouTube channel, Metro 17 Valdosta, to watch City Focus on demand. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time here on City Focus.